Hey, good morning, everyone. Today is October 23rd, 2025. It is a Thursday. All the goals for today: brush teeth, morning video log, pack for our Ohio trip. We're leaving tomorrow. Upload the rest of the September video logs. I have one more to upload. I just recorded it, so I literally have to edit and upload it, and then I'm good for September. And then I'll be good until we come back from the trip. So I'll be set for the whole weekend. And then woke up at 5:30 today. Took my mom to work. Both those got done. We have the car. She needs me to go to get a new headlight, so I'm gonna do that pretty soon. And then take a nap. I took a nap right when I got home. I was like, literally like 5:30 in the morning. I went to bed at like 2, dude. I was like, hey mom, I'm like so tired. And then make recovery vlog. So I made one for 9:30, obviously, and then I haven't done Wednesday or Tuesday yet, so I still plan on doing those. Have I made a description for today? I've not. Okay, 10:23. What did I do? I went over the goals. Goals for the day. Ava and I have talked about for the weekend, like in the evenings, making video logs on my phone and just like having them saved on my phone and literally just being like, yeah, we did this, we did this, we did this, blah blah blah. This is stuff we did, blah blah blah. I think it'd be a good idea. I think it'll be fun. I was like, I'm gonna definitely have some time to research and read. Is that my armpit? That's crazy, bro. It's cold today. That's wild. That's wild. It's cold today. I'm like, as I'm recording this, I'm genuinely cold. I cannot believe I'm sweating. That's crazy to me. Whatever. Y'all will see me at more disgusting. I promise. Like, if I'm gonna be doing this for 39 years, you're gonna catch me lacking. It's gonna happen. Whatever. Yeah. So we were like gonna make like evening video logs on my phone, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to share daily thoughts on those or just like interesting stuff that happened or like make a vlog of the whole trip or something like that. Like, I think that'd be kind of fun. I think it'd be really fun, actually. But I'm not really, like, a vlogger kind of person, so I don't, like, know how to do that kind of stuff. And then, while we're there, I'll probably just be doing a bunch of research. I don't really, like, have things in mind to research, so I'll probably be doing it, like, as it goes along. Recently, there's been a lot of stuff I've been reading about, like the Secretary of Defense. What was the other thing that I needed to read about? I just talked about it, but I talked about it in a YouTube comment. It was Vercingetorix. That's what I wanted to do. Vercingetorix. Dude, Coffeezilla just uploaded. But there's this king. He was a... I don't remember. I looked him up so long. He was like a barbarian king or something, but his name is Vercingetorix, and it's like the sickest name ever. And so I wanted to research him, and yeah, I'll probably end up like bringing my planner and stuff. I might honestly just pack 2 backpacks, like one to live out of and one for all my stuff, like right, like my one for my clothes and then one for like planner, trimmer, toothbrush, whatever, like all my stuff. Just because I know that one will fit as a carry-on and one will fit as a personal item. Like, that's just, it'll work, right? But, I'll have to see how Ava, is able to pack tonight. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got planned. I hope you all have a wonderful Thursday, and I will see you guys tonight. Peace.
One eternity later.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Today was Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. It has been a decent day. I woke up and did all my stuff, made my morning vlog, whatever. I'm so tired. I'm ready for bed. Gotta get up early tomorrow, too. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. We're leaving for our flight tomorrow to go to Ohio. I don't know if I want to like make a full vlog video or like a video log every single night. We'll figure it out as we go, honestly. But yeah. So woke up, made my gosh, am I tired? I spent time on YouTube making YouTube comments, and then made my September 30th recovery video log. Then made my morning video log. During my morning video log, I saw that Coffeezilla had uploaded about Donald Trump had pardoned something like CZ or something like that. He's like the Binance guy. He's the crypto fraudster, right? So Donald Trump gave him a pardon, which is insane. It's like, guy who's guilty of fraud pardons guy with fraud. What? And so watch that. It was mildly interesting. Wrote a video log description for another video log for yesterday, for Wednesday, and then got dressed and let Ava know, like, I'm gonna go get my mom's car headlight replaced like I'm supposed to. Oh yeah, all the goals for the day. Brush teeth, morning video log, pack for our Ohio trip, upload the rest of the September video logs, wake up at 5:30, take my mom to work, get a new headlight in the car, nap, and recovery video log for September 30th, the end of September. So all the goals are done. So I'm good for the day. Everything's done. Everything's good. We're good. So got dressed to go do that, and then played some Spore before I left. While I was there, he like came out, looked at it, pulled out the headlight bulb. It was on, and he was like, "Might be a wiring issue. Blah, blah, blah. We can check it out." He like goes to put it back in. It's not going back in. So he ends up getting back in like 5 minutes, whatever. I hit it back on, doesn't work. So he like pulls out again, and it's popped now. And so he's like, "Oh dang!" So you can just walk over to the AutoZone. It's like 2 blocks away. Walk over there, buy the bulbs, H11, what I needed. Came back. He put in. He replaced both of them, and then like the one that hadn't burst it, he was like, "You can use this as a spare if you're ever like traveling, need a spare headlight." I was like, "Sick." So do that, and then got some gas station before we left, and then headed home. Left a note for my mom, updating on everything that was done, showing her the spare bulb, whatever, and then I just chilled before work. I mean, I played some more Spore and watched some more YouTube, and then dude, Spore has been hitting recently. Spore, oh my gosh, I was talking to my cousin about it at work. If you don't know about Spore, it's really like creature evolution game. So you start as a cell. You evolve into an animal on land. You evolve into like a tribal stage. You advance to like civilizations, and then you hit the space stage. You like fly around and do stuff, right? I was telling him, and I was like, dude, I've played that game at every single stage of my life. Like I remember playing it as a little kid. We had a disc for it, which doesn't sound that crazy to some of you, but for me, it's like that was forever ago. We don't have discs anymore. We just don't use them, right? And so I was literally like, yeah, bro, I had a disc for Spore. And I remember, like, playing it and, like, it being a difficult game. Like, really hard on normal mode. And now as an adult, I'm playing on hard. I'm like, this game is so easy. And so I remember, like, playing it and being like, this is a hard game. This is really difficult. And so I played it as a kid at my, they're technically my half-brothers, but I'm their stepbrother. My older brother's house, their mom's house. So we don't have the same mom, we have the same dad. I remember like playing Spore at their house when I was like 7, before I was even in public school. And so I'm like playing Spore at their house, and then sorry if you can hear them in the back. Ava's hanging out with Summer and Daniel. But yeah, so I was playing Spore as a little kid, and then as a preteen, I'm playing it at home, and then as a teenager, I have Steam obviously, so I'm like playing it. And each time I get further and further in the game. And I'm just like, dude, that game is so cool. That game is so cool, dude. And then, now that I'm an adult, I'm like, this game is so easy. Like, flying through it. But in the space stage, you deal with, like, an economy, right? So you have to, like, build your city and, like, make sure everyone's happy and productive. And then, like, do trading. And I'm like, this is the coolest thing, dude. I love games like this. It's so fun. So fun. So, yeah, it's been hit recently. Work was actually good. One of the notable moments was waitress came in, and she works in the morning, so I very rarely work with her. I work most evenings. And so she comes in and gets some food and asks for podcast recommendations. She's like, she hits me with the, what are young people listening to? And so I'm like, oh gosh, I did that. I pulled on my mustache, but ow. But she asks me, like, what are young people listening to? And I kind of have this moment of, like, okay, what young people are listening to and what I listen to are not the same. And so I'm like, okay, I'll recommend the Lemonade Stand podcast. They go over finance, business, and politics, right? They're interesting enough. And then I was like, young people, I know for sure, are listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. And she's like, I told her a little bit about Joe Rogan. And I was like, he is, in my opinion, very weak-willed. Like, from what I've seen of him. Like, depending on the guest he has on, is who he is. Like, he agrees very easily. He doesn't, like, push back on anything. He just, like, asks basic questions, but it just kind of, like, allows the guests to really shine, right? So, to me, he's not, like, an interesting podcaster. The guests are what make it interesting. And then I recommended the Steve Eisman Hour, which is a really interesting podcast because it's like Steve Eisman is the guy from The Big Short, and I think he was on Lemonade Stand at one point as well. But he's really interesting. He goes over a lot of the business stuff. Like, business is so cool, and like how the economy's looking, not good, and all the interesting stuff like that. And I almost recommended her the Gavin Newsom podcast, but I was like, I don't know if I wanted to be like, yeah, I listen to Gavin Newsom consistently. I don't. Like, I don't listen to Gavin, but it's like I've watched maybe 4 episodes of the Gavin Newsom podcast. I think there was one with Scott Galloway that I really liked. I know H-Rock from the Lemonade Stand podcast was on there. People making jokes in the comments. There was 2 others that I watched that were like mildly interesting that I'm not really recalling off the top of my head. But I like was recommending these. I didn't recommend the Gavin Newsom one. And I was like, well, what other podcasts do I listen to? Like, I'm pretty sure that's about it. And then she recommended me, but I was like, Lemonade Stand is a good one. Like, I really like that. I like Aiden a lot. He's really cool. Doug is too tech for me. I don't know tech that well. But it is nice to like have the tech perspective, you know? She recommended me a book that I was like, that looks mildly interesting. I'll have something to read on the plane tomorrow. And then, yeah, other than that, it was slow. I made okay money. And then, after work, Corey wanted McDonald's, so I went and picked some McDonald's up for us, dropped Dave off a Coke, and then came home and, edited the, while I ate, I watched YouTube and played Spore, of course. But, after that, I edited and uploaded the last of the September video logs. So I'm caught up for September, which is sick. We're only at the end of October, which is great. But I have, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 video logs. 10 video logs. Wait, did I record this one? I did. So I have 10 video logs to make for October. And then I can literally edit the entirety of October. And that's assuming that, you know, I keep up with video logs while I'm in Ohio. So we'll figure that out while we're there, though. I'm going to bring the planner along to, like, kind of keep track of the stuff we do. I'm not really going to set daily goals. I don't really care to, honestly. But, yeah, that's all I got planned. And then, was there anything? And then I sat down and made this. I wrote my video log description, and now I'm making this. But, yeah, I wanted to share a daily thought about conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories. I think they're honestly really interesting. And the difference between how older and younger people like view conspiracy theories really hinges on the moon landing and 9/11. Those are like the 2 moments where everyone was like real conspiratorial. Okay? And I'm of the opinion that every conspiracy theory has kernels of truth, and like there's very clear reasons for people to think of this kind of stuff. Like, this is gonna sound crazy. I don't believe the Earth is flat. I've been in a plane, but for someone who lives on Earth and doesn't fly, doesn't read things online, doesn't do any of that, to think the Earth is flat is not insane. Like, that's not crazy. If what you see is flat always, you're not sitting there going, oh, it's probably round. Oh, of course. Like everything is from your perspective, right? And like any round object is going to look flat based on your perspective relative to. Like, if you're small enough, it will look flat, right? And so that's not like that far-fetched to me. Like, the whole, like, shadow government thing that controls everything could be real. Like, because it's a shadow government, we wouldn't know, right? And so when, like, my perspective as a young man is when Joe Biden was in office, he wasn't doing a whole lot of much of anything. So it's like, why would, if there is a shadow government, why is it super active during George Bush, super active during Obama, no, kind of not active during first term Trump, not active at all during Joe Biden? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, looking at what happened during those times, and it's like, I just said it. Yeah, I was like kind of not active during Trump. People were like, they were obviously manufacturing COVID. I think the government created COVID. You're on the right track. Like the stuff like that where it's just like, okay, dude. Think about what you're saying. Like, is it possible? If it is, they haven't shared the files yet. We don't know for sure, right? And it's like, just to think that there's a shadow government that like acts depending on who's in power. Why does it matter who's in power? Why does it matter who's in power? Why were they silent when Joe Biden was in power? Was he such a commanding force that they went into hiding? And it's just like, but there's no secret that there's wealthy individuals in America who control vast amounts of wealth. And I mean like wealth, not money. They own buildings and land and corporations and systems. Those people are not governing. They pay the people governing to govern. And so to call it like a shadow government is like, no, that's just the money machine. That's just capitalists trying to rig the rules to get more capital for some reason. Which doesn't make any sense to me. But moving past that, talking about 5G controls your mind. What? I remember at work, this guy was talking to me, and he was ex-Air Force, and he was telling me about like his experiences in the military was like they were very racist. Like they would show videos of like bombings in the Middle East, and they'd be saying like heinous slurs, like cheering and celebrating death in the Middle East, and then at the end of that, he was just like, yeah, now they got 5G. It's going to control our minds. And I was just like, interesting, dude. And he was like, oh, sorry, man. I got a little too deep there. And after he said that, I haven't seen him since. I hope he's doing great. I liked that guy a lot. Like, I really enjoyed his company perspective, whatever you want to call it. But after he said that, he like kind of like shied away. And I was just like, okay, all right. But just like, it's so hard to like give a definitive example and just be like, yeah, because of this. But it's like when people talk about 5G, is like it's a form of radio wave, but it's not like technically a radio wave. It's like a form of light, and so that light is energy. The energy interacts with your mind. It can control your mind, right? Like that's the logic there. Obviously, I'm sure there's more to it. CIA had Project MK Ultra, but that had to do with drugs and all that. It's like there are certainly forces in the universe we don't understand as regular people that could be manipulated to manipulate others. That's totally on the table. That makes sense. And I can't believe more sci-fi doesn't go into that. But to sit here and go like, oh, they're doing it now. They don't need to do it now. We're dumb enough already, dude. Like we are dumb enough already. But yeah, there's so many conspiracy theories. Like the one my generation grew up with was Bush did 9/11. Looking back, probably the best thing that could happen to Bush. Like, I hate to say that. He was loved for a time. Like, it united the country for a moment. Doesn't mean it was a good thing. Like, I don't think 9/11 should have happened, but it was great for George W. Bush. So when you point at those kinds of things and just be like, yeah, he did it. He was actually him who did it. Like that is a crazy thing. That is a crazy leap in logic. And at that point, why aren't all the other presidents doing it? Like why are we not rallying behind it? Which this goes up in a month. I hope Donald Trump doesn't get ideas. It just like it was the ultimate like unifier, right? And it's looking back at his presidency, like his election, it's like he didn't win by a ton, right? He didn't win by like a huge landslide. It was pretty even campaign, pretty even election results. And so to have something happen so soon after his presidency that makes him wildly popular and just straight up gasolines the embers of the military-industrial complex. Very convenient. And then for the perpetrator to be Osama bin Laden, the bin Laden family is very well known in America. Like, basically, what do you call it? A collegiate icon. Like, their whole family goes to college in America. It's all just very interesting. And, like, reading about it now, I'm like, okay, bro. Come on. We're going to say he didn't do it. And then my dad believed that the moon landing was faked. Which, why? why would we... Okay, I get why we would fake the moon landing. Like, we needed to win the Cold War or whatever. How would we fake the moon landing? We don't know what the moon looks like. Like, what do you mean we faked it? Bro, how are they moving like that? Strings? They're sitting there? Like, come on, man. And like, part of my bias for like why I don't think the moon landing was faked was Jack Black's mom was one of the scientists who worked on the code for NASA, and I'm just like, I hope it's not faked. I hope so. Speaking of, moon, outer space, aliens being real, the chances of aliens being not real, 0. 0. To say that human beings are going to be the only instance of life ever to exist in the universe is ridiculous. But it is my firm belief that if nothing can move faster than light, nothing's going to get to Earth within our lifetimes, right? So one of the things that I think about a lot is, like, obviously when you look out into the universe, you're seeing old light. Light has traveled for hundreds, thousands, millions, billions of light years, right? Like tons of space away. In that time, those civilizations currently within time could be like full thriving civilizations taking over solar systems, whatever. We are seeing them as they were, however many million light years away they are from us. So we're seeing a previous snapshot of who they were as opposed to who they are. They're seeing Earth the same way. So my thought is, like, there's the potentiality that there is a system, a planet, a galaxy out there where at some point they have a telescope that they can look at Earth. And what Earth looks like is a giant ball of flaming rock that is about to collide with another giant ball of flaming rock to blast off and create the moon. And it's like, that's to them how far away we are. And when we look at them, we just see, another planet, another galaxy. When they look at us, they see a super hot planet that's now forming. Because it hasn't formed yet for them. Like, the light is at that intersection where it's like, psh, and then in another couple billion years, they'll see where we are. Which I think is so interesting. But to say, like, no, there's no life out in the universe. Come on, bro. Lock in. Use your thinker here. That's just ridiculous. But, yeah, this has been a real run-on video log. So I'm going to let you guys go. I need to go to bed anyways. I hope you all had a wonderful Thursday. And I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.